Well, now time for an NDTV exclusive at the end of a week which has seen a considerable amount of political turmoil. First, with allegations being faced by the law minister that he tampered with the report of the CBI and the coal scam, and now the latest controversy, the JPC report on the 2G being leaked to the press in advance, and that drawing a strong response from the BJP, who say that giving the clean chit to the Prime Minister in the report suggests that the report has no validity. I'm joined on this by Arun Jaitley, senior leader of the BJP and its key strategist. He joins me from Bangalore. Sir, thanks very much indeed for joining us, Mr. Jaitley. Now, you had asked for the JPC, you got the JPC. So what is it about this report which you believe has made you reject it?
Well, I have not seen the report as yet, because officially most members had still not received it till the afternoon today. And the fact that it's been leaked to the media a day in advance itself shows that this report is more a propaganda document by the government. I say this because we asked for a JPC, hoping fully well that members of parliament will be fully committed to probity and cleansing up the system. Little did we realize that a leopard never changes the spots. If you recollect, in the late 1980s, when the Bofors scam came out, a JPC under Mr. Shankaranand was constituted. That JPC came out with a report saying, oh, there were no kickbacks, there were no commissions, there were no bribes paid. What was paid was only winding up charges. The winding up charges theory was an invention of the JPC. Even though the JPC submitted it, the opposition boycotted it. One member of the AIDMK submitted a note of dissent, but the world at large rejected that JPC. That JPC went into the dustbin of history, and that JPC is more a stigma on Parliament and on the then government than having any kind of authenticity about the document and its findings. I have not the least doubt that this draft, if it ever takes the shape of a report, clearly indicates that the present UPA government is not interested in coming out with the truth. The world wants to know, why was the spectrum in 2008 given at 2001 prices? How were the procedures changed? Was the Prime Minister and was the Finance Minister being consulted? Were they kept in the loop? Were they receiving complaints that this mischief is going on and they must revert back to the system? Are they guilty of omission or are they guilty of commission? Now, when all these factors are involved, for the JPC or a majority members representing the government saying we will not allow the truth to come out, and then coming out with some theory that, okay, Mr. Raja is responsible, but the others are absolutely spotless as far as this is concerned, I think is a little difficult to accept.
Mr. Jaitley,
now, how do you account for this, the loss?
Mr. Jaitley, in fact, I just wanted to ask you about that. I just wanted to ask you about the role of the Prime Minister and the Finance Minister, because the report says, or the draft report says, that the committee is inclined to conclude that the Prime Minister was misled about the procedure decided to be followed by the DOT in respect of the issuance of the 2G licenses. So it seems to suggest that the Prime Minister was misled by Mr. Raja. It pinpoints culpability on Raja but exonerates the Prime Minister. Do you buy that logic?
Well, the famous Chanakya doctrine is that the king who chooses to be misled or who's capable of being misled doesn't deserve to be the ruler. Well, that apart, I don't think it's a case of being misled. I think a DMK minister in the government was hell-bent upon going his own way, where he gave spectrum to a chosen few at a very cheap rate. And this government, on account of the compulsions of the coalition politics, the Prime Minister is on record as having once said that, Mr. Chidambaram had his own compulsions about the political situation of Tamil Nadu, and therefore they chose to look the other way, knowing fully well that what's happening is going to cost the exchequer hugely. So even when they were in the loop that in 2008, spectrum was being given at 2001 prices, the first come first serve criteria was being altered. The goalpost was being shifted halfway through, and it was being substituted by first pay, first serve, which was a different criteria. And then you had a chosen few to whom the information had been leaked out.
Yes.
Therefore, this was not unknown to the Prime Minister.